Welcome to This Old Road, and welcome to Revelstoke, British Columbia, where today I'm going to take a look at the Big Eddy Bridge. The bridge was constructed in 1924 to replace an earlier bridge at the same site, which was a wooden bridge. That bridge was built around 1910, so it didn't survive very long. Before that wooden bridge, I believe the only way to get across the Columbia River was to walk across the railroad tracks or just ford the river, either in a ferry or on foot. Pretty dangerous to try to cross the tracks on the railroad bridge. Revelstoke as a town was founded in the 1880s by the Canadian Pacific Railroad. This is along the coast-to-coast, ocean-to-ocean transcontinental railroad route in Canada. In fact, the last spike was driven only about 50 kilometers or 30 miles to the west of here. Place I visited yesterday while I was on my way to Revelstoke. That railway was completed in 1885. The setting here is truly spectacular. The whole bridge shakes when vehicles drive over it. It rumbles. Listen. The waterway here is the Columbia River, the same Columbia River which eventually becomes the border between Oregon and Washington, and then flows out to sea at Astoria, Oregon. The river's flowing southward here, which may not be surprising, but the Columbia River actually does flow north for quite a time here in British Columbia before finally rounding a ridge and turning southward. Let's hear the rumbling again. Some more vehicles crossing. All of this water will eventually flow into the Pacific Ocean near Astoria, Oregon. The walkway along the south side of the bridge here is a cantilever section. Providing a way to safely get across the bridge for bicycles and people like me who are on foot. From this point, you can see the two other bridges that cross the Columbia River here. First is the Canadian Pacific Railroad Bridge, and beyond that you can see the towers of the suspension bridge. This bridge was in service as the primary link along the Trans-Canada Highway from the time it opened in 1924 until it was eventually replaced by a newer suspension bridge in the 1960s. So for about 40 years, if you were driving from coast to coast in Canada, this was your bridge. This bridge is 330 meters long. That's about 1,000 feet. There are 6 spans on 5 different piers. It's of mixed construction, and that is, of the 6 spans, 4 of them are Warren truss and 2 of them are Parker truss. The 2 that are nearest to the eastern shore that span the deeper channel of the river are the Parker truss spans. They can be identified by their arched appearance, whereas the Warren truss are more blocky and contain these X patterns here. Of the 5 piers that are in the water, 2 of them have metal plating along the bottom, and that's to protect them from being hit by ice flows on the river. So I'm filming this in May and the river's ice-free, but you can imagine that it would look just a little bit different if I were here in January. This is Canada, after all. The newer bridge that replaced it, being a suspension bridge, was able to avoid having the piers. And of course, the stunning scenery of the British Columbia Rockies, never far away. You can see the truss design here. So this is the point where there would be a pier below us, right here. So counting from the east side of the bridge, 1, 2, so I'm right now between the second and third sections of the bridge. You can see the 5 piers here. I'm on the west side of the bridge right now, but the 2 easternmost piers over there have a metal collar around them, and that's to protect them from being hit by ice flows. You can also see the difference in the spans here. These 4 spans here on the western side are Warren truss, and then the 2 on the east, you see, that are more arched, those are Parker truss spans. As I'm standing out here, there's a steady stream of traffic in both directions passing by. It's early morning, still only 7:30 a.m. But I guess this is rush hour in Revelstoke. It's a very beautiful place. The trains just keep on coming by here. This is the 3rd one since I've been out here. I love the iron grating along the edges here. Stated clearance is 4.43 meters. It's about 14.5 feet. So that's pretty decent clearance for a bridge of this era. The road decking across is a metal grate. It was built for two-way traffic, but automobiles obviously were much smaller back in the 1920s than they are now. So now it's controlled by these signals to create one-way traffic. Kind of a cool little setup. Because of the narrowness of the bridge, they regulate traffic using these signal lights on each end of it. They mostly seem to be pretty effective. The only hiccup I saw was when somebody didn't pull up far enough to trigger it. Oh, maybe that car had him pulled up. There it goes. As soon as the car pulled up far enough, then the light changed. So he was just back too far. Timer.
As far as I know, it's actually actuated.
Okay.
Wait, but sorry, we got to rip here.
I gotta go.
Good luck with the shot. Have a good one.
These guys work for the city of Revelstoke in the Public Works Department. So the signal is definitely actuated. The Big Eddy Bridge is also known as the Old Columbia River Bridge and also the Wilson Street Bridge because it's along Wilson Street. Here's Wilson Street. And then there's the bridge. Well, today's May 7th. Would have been a bummer had I driven all this way only to find the bridge closed. So thank goodness I didn't come next week. And of course I definitely want to drive across this thing, put the window down so we can hear the sound of the bridge. It's a traffic jam here in Revelstoke this morning. We've got 5 cars queued up and 5 crossing over the bridge. And here we go. You can hear that sound. And of course, since once just isn't enough, I'm going to turn around and come back the other direction. And it looks like now I get to be lead dog. At the moment there is eastbound traffic on the bridge and the lights changed. So I'm probably going to have to wait for the traffic coming the other direction to clear the bridge before I get my turn. So all the traffic on the bridge is cleared. Oh no, there's more coming. Wonder why I didn't get my turn. There we go. Now I get a view with nobody in front of me. These are the worn truss sections here. And now these are the Parker truss sections. 30-kilometer speed limit on the bridge. That's 19 miles an hour. We'll just call it 20 miles an hour for round numbers. Here we go. I should have asked those public works guys if this bridge is now owned by the city or if the Ministry of Transport still owns it. My guess is the city of Revelstoke owns it, but since I'm not as familiar about how things work here in Canada, could be the Ministry of Transport has retained possession of the bridge and maintains it. The old Big Eddy Bridge was eventually replaced by this bridge. Not the one that's directly in front of me, but the one that's further away that the truck is crossing. Suspension bridge. And while there is one pier that's in the water, for the most part it's a clear span across the river. Even the replacement bridge is showing its age now, being 60 years old. This is still part of the Trans-Canada Highway. So Canada doesn't have a complete freeway system all the way across the continent like you find south of the border. We're located about 600 kilometers, that's about 375 miles or so, to the east of Vancouver, here in British Columbia. This is the Trans-Canada Highway right here. Along the western side of the current bridge, there used to be a parking lot here at the western end of it. Looks like they're rebuilding the rest area. If all goes as planned, it should be done this fall. The dedication plaque indicates that this bridge was completed in 1961. And then right here is where the bridge begins in earnest. You can see the one pier there in very shallow water, and then a clear span beyond that across the rest of the river, all the way until the other shore. Now the bridge has begun in earnest. We're on the suspension section. This is still the approach, I guess, because we're not between the towers yet. How pretty is that? Now on the solid section right above the pier, and then here's the suspension bridge in earnest. And then finally to the end of the Revelstoke Bridge. So I believe the nomenclature is that the older bridge is called the Big Eddy Bridge. The current one is called the Revelstoke Bridge. Although I think originally the Big Eddy Bridge was the Revelstoke Bridge. A little bit confusing. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of This Old Road. If you did, won't you please consider clicking on the like button. That's how YouTube decides if it should share it with more people who might be interested in content like this also. And if you enjoy the content on This Old Road, I'd be honored to have you as a subscriber. This is This Old Road in Revelstoke, BC. Revelstoke with a period on the end.